showcase the way good tips and how you should use tank destroyers in general. Not tank destroyers, I swear to God, tank destroyers next. Heavy tanks in general, and a few tips and hints about how not to suck with them and be effective. Uh, Showcasing this, of course, the T29. This is a very very good heavy tank, and for me it's very heavy tank like. What do I mean by that? You could say the Tiger's heavy tank, but it doesn't have the things that I find that heavy tanks should be doing. This is why I don't use the French heavy tanks as well. For me, heavy tanks should have a very very strong point that can just resist everything. For the T29, it's the turret, of course. IS-3 also has that. The IS-3's turret is also very very strong. And heavy tanks for me should be able to use that strong point to put and find positions to put themselves that will enable them to A, hold back the enemy team, and B, push them back and advance the line, as well as taking shots for your team. The roles, in my opinion, of heavy tanks in World of Tanks is to tank damage, hopefully without tanking, and hopefully with the use of your armor. You are, after all, a heavy tank. But the idea for me is to use my armor to make the enemy team shoot at me, and hopefully bouncing, and not shooting at my team, which are unable to bounce the same shots that I can. Now, of course, for heavy tanks, the matchmaking is quite a serious, not so much a handicap, but a limiting. Okay, but a limiting. I don't know what to call it. Whoa, artillery. How many artilleries are going for me? There are 4 of them. Oh my god. This will be fun, won't it? Yes, as I was saying, if you're a tier 7 heavy tank in a tier 9 game, even the strong points of your armor definitely aren't going to hold up against tier 10s or even 9s shooting at you. Yeah, tier 7, tier 9s shooting at you. And that's why you should, when you are top tier, you should always use that to your advantage. I mean, you're not gonna get all that many games where you are top tier. But when you are top tier, most heavy tanks, French are the exception, can really really use that armor and really make the enemy, suffer by using the big guns in combination with the armor that is very strong for the tier. I have no idea where the enemy team is. Oh, tier. Panther. Okay. As you can see, I'm not top tier here, but I am a tier 7, and the T29 is definitely strong enough to deal with tier 8s. My god, so much artillery going on right now. There's one of them, can't shoot him. Yes, as I was saying, the oh fuck, yeah. The point of this was to show that well, how you should play heavy tanks, but unfortunately, can I put that building between me and him? Yes, I can. Unfortunately, my team wasn't in a position where I could support them in the way I wanted to. I am now though. But did he actually? Oh, what the? Oh, okay. I was kind of lucky not to die there. That he missed me. Oh, whew. Scorpion got ammo racked. Yes. Anyway, I wasn't in a position to do what I wanted to do, which is tank damage for my team. But that's this is all, of course, very generalized rules of thumb. This isn't exactly how every game is gonna go. Just you. Nice. Every game is different, of course, and you gotta be flexible. You gotta know when to do, when to tank, and when to push, and when to just sit back like this and preserve your one-shottable health against T-34s that want to end you, um, and Panthers that can kill you in 3 shots. I'm gonna try and deal with this Panther if I can. I don't know if he noticed me. He should have noticed me now, though. I mean, I was spotted. He spotted me, but paying attention and just spotting is not the same. Yeah, yeah, missed him. I want to kill this guy. He put one shot into me and put tried to put another shot into me, but it hit the back of my turret and bounced at an angle. So there's that. Come on, can I kill him? Yes, I can kill him. And this guy, I am so gonna kill him. No, I'm not gonna get a chance. Okay. KV3 left. But yes, that was quite unimpressive of a game and didn't quite showcase what I wanted to show you guys. But in general, that's the way. Not this game. What I was talking about. That's the way to you wanna use heavy tanks. One more thing I forgot to add is never ever 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 camp at the back of the map with the tank destroyers and try to snipe with a heavy tank from 400 meters away. There is one heavy tank that can do that and is legit doing that, and that heavy tank is the Tiger 1. That is the only heavy tank that should be doing that. The Tiger 1 has the kind of gun and doesn't have the kind of armor that you want to use. Okay? If you're in Tiger 1, you can sit back and camp and snipe. Fine. Any other tank? Don't do it. You're wasting your potential. Just, I mean, if you want an example, the VK452B. I'm using the less alpha but better handling gun, this gun. 0.34 accuracy, 2.3 seconds aiming time. Sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds legit for sniping. Yeah, maybe. But if I'm 400 meters away, that means someone has to scout for me. And if I'm 400 meters away, they're not going to shoot at me. They're going to shoot at the guy who's scouting. Or if I'm 400 meters away and I'm sitting next to tank destroyers, then we're all spotted. When we get spotted, we're all spotted. And they're going to shoot not at me, at the tank destroyers. If I'm forward, if I'm 200 meters away, I can take the hits and I can spot for the tank destroyers. Yeah? So it's better for me to push in rather than sit back and wait. And now for tank destroyers. Tank destroyers are very the way to use every line of tank destroyers is very changing. Unlike light tanks and medium tanks, where they're all pretty much the same, you can have rules of thumb without too many problems. Tank destroyers are kind of different. Tank destroyers have a lot of different features to them. For example, the German tank destroyer line leading to the Grille 15 is other than the Grille 15 is very good at being a camouflage at camouflage. It's very hidden, has a very good gun, and they're reasonably mobile. The other tank destroyer line of the German. What are you doing, T-44 100? If he would just slow down for half a second, he would be able to turn. But no. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, German. The other German line, the line leading to the Jagdpanzer E100. That's more assault guns. The Jagdtiger, the Ferdinand, the Jägeru. Those are more assault guns. They have big guns. They have good armor. They can go forward, much like heavy tanks with big guns. I'm having lag spikes. Yes. The British You'd think so. They don't actually have that good in armor. They're just so riddled with weak spots. The way you want to use the British tank destroyers, you want to put them at a range of about 300 meters and use the DPM. They do have very good DPM, so you want to use that. The weak spots, it's not exactly possible to hit a weak spot from 300 meters away, so you should be fine. That's what happens when this is, for me, this is the same general concept as the tank destroyer line leading to the Jagdpanzer E100. If you get spotted, you're gonna take hits, you're gonna die very, very quickly. Artillery, as soon as you get spotted, is gonna try and kill you. Do not get spotted in this kind of tank, okay? I'm talking about weakly armored, big gun. What? How? Oh, there's a Type 62 there. Whoa, good position for him to take. Yes, do not get spotted. Use your gun and use what I like to call a shield. Use your team to spot for you and to and try to, if you can, let the enemy team shoot the your team and not you. You have the most damage potential. Generally speaking, of course. This Rainmetal Warsing, that's exactly what I'm talking about. He got spotted. The instant he got spotted, he took damage equal half his HP. I got spotted, I got shot at. Of course, I pulled back the moment I got spotted. No, that's shady. Shady shot, very shady. I don't think I can hit him. But yeah, this is becoming somewhat of a stalemate. I'm not sure. That's the thing about tank destroyers. It's very hard to push the tide of. God damn, this Type 62. Someone needs to kill him ASAP. You can't really push the tide of battle as you can with almost any other type of tank, not including artillery. I'm not counting artillery as a tank. I'm not gonna do a video about artillery as well. Forget it. But almost in any other tank, you can quite easily push the tide of battle. With this, not so much. You're more focused on doing as much damage as you can to the enemy team, while your team stays alive. That's the main point. Always put yourself in a position where you can support your team. I am not gonna be able to survive this though. Yeah, he's auto aiming, but he missed. He could have killed me very easily. He should have killed me, but yeah. We're gonna lose this horribly, of course. The reason we're losing this horribly, by the way, is that the heavy tanks here did not push as much as they should have. I mean, look at what they're fighting, and I mean, there's a Tiger P, a KV4, an IS-6, a KV2. That's 4 heavy tanks, and they're being held back by. That Scorpion G was there until a while ago. He wasn't exactly in the fight yet. They were being held back by T-34 and a Super Pershing, and the T-34 is doing a fantastic job at holding them back. That's what heavy tanks do, remember? So, that Scorpion took a big hit. Yes, as a general rules of thumb, if you're in a tank destroyer, I'm not going to repeat everything I said, but if you're in a tank destroyer that is weakly armored, like most tank destroyers are, use a shield, use your team to soak up damage for you and to spot for you as well. Make sure you're in a position to support them when they do that. If you're not in a position to support them, you're wasting your time and theirs. You have the gun with the most damage potential. You should use it. If you can't use it, you're not doing a good job. Other than that, if you can, don't get spotted. If you do get spotted, or if you think you're gonna get spotted, pull back immediately, unless you're in an assault gun. And keep your gun in play. That's the most important thing. That was splash damage. I don't think he the KD to the LTTB straight on, because the LTB, well, he might have the LTB. This guy, look at that tunnel visioning. Always look at the map. He just noticed it now. Always look at the map and make sure you're not being outflanked by a light tank like this. Yeah. Not that it would matter too much, but he could have killed it if he would have, paid attention. Ooh. Probably with 3 marks. That's very impressive, actually. Probably a very good tank, and it's hard to get 3 marks on it. But besides the point. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me today. If you have anything to add or ask, please do so in the comments. If you like this, please remember to like and subscribe. I hope you've learned and enjoy this content, and I'll see you in the next